Basically, we covered what is SDFS, what is a name node, what's a data node. Okay, is everybody is hearing? If you having any problem with the hearing, kindly put a message so that I try to recover that. Okay, so as I discussed, okay, yesterday we studied about many things with respect to HDFS. So as you guys know, HDFS Hadoop Distributed File System is basically used to store the data over a distributed network. Okay, distributed storage. So we studied many things with respect to HDFS. Like you people studied what are the components of the HDFS. Basically, there are three components. One is name node, one is data node, and one more is a secondary node. And you studied with the diagram also. You studied about the replication. You studied how the blocks are going to replicate. You studied about HDFS safe mode, and you studied very important concept is rack awareness. As I was showing yesterday, see, if this is a server, the data is going to be stored in terms of a racks. Okay, so that is main concept designed with respect to Hadoop. Okay, as I told you guys, Hadoop is basically used to write a code to store such data. Okay, so what going to happen is nothing but it may use algorithm like MapReduce. Okay, but with this, you can see there are three ways. One is best, better, and good. If the data resides on the local machine, on the same machine, okay, you are going to be a best way of storing the data. If the data resides in the same rack, if this is one rack, okay, we can say that it's a better. If the data resides in different rack, then also not a problem. It is good. That is where the concept of distributed storage comes. Okay. So if I take rack awareness again, so you can see there are different kinds of schedulers. Among them, there is one more scheduler called as YAN. Okay. So what this YAN scheduler is going to do, basically, it is going to do maximum and minimum allocations. In this YAN scheduler, you people are going to have a node manager. Okay, so what is the work of this node manager? Node manager helps you to allocate the name nodes. Okay, so you people know this is one of the scheduler and it is going to work on the basis of FIFO and FAIR. These are the two algorithms which are going to be implemented in case of an AND scheduler. Okay, one is FIFO and one more is FAIR. You know what's the meaning of FIFO and FAIR. Okay, so when the YARN scheduler is going to assign a MapReduce container, it is going to first place the container into the local machine. Okay, so if you see this, if I take this, this is a local machine. Okay, I'm using a YARN scheduler. The YARN scheduler will first place a container to local machine and then the rack and finally on the another rack in the same way. See, first it is going to provide a YARN scheduler is going to place first into the local machine, then into the same rack, and then in a different rack. Okay, so in addition to this, the name node always try to do the replication. What is the main agenda behind the replication is they should be overcome the problem of fault tolerance. Okay, if any of the node get downs, okay, so at the time the name node should have a replica which is going to help you to overcome such problems. Okay, that is the work of the name node. Okay, that is the work of the replication. Means any failure, it should be overcome within a fraction of seconds. That is where the name node tries to place a replicated data blocks, okay, over the multiple racks to improve the concept of fault tolerance. Okay, so that if name node is going to fail, then there may be a chances of failing of entire node. That should not happen. Okay, that is the main agenda behind keeping the replication. So for this reasons, there is one more problem: name node high availability. Means what is the meaning of high availability? Means whenever a client is going to send a request to the name node, it should be available. If you see this diagram, okay, come back and see this diagram. See, client is always going to send a request to the name node. Okay, client is always going to send a request to the name node. So whenever the client is going to send a request to the name node should be available. Okay, so the problem is in a Hadoop cluster, okay, a group of all these components, your name node, secondary node, and one more is data node and YARN schedulers. These are all part of the Hadoop cluster. Okay, so if consider a situation where the name node is going to fail, what you can do? So that is where the whole system is going to get collapse. The name node is going to get fail. Okay, so to overcome this problem, we are the designers has developed a name node high availability. which is purely designed to overcome the problem of name node failure. Okay, because if you remember, name node is the first priority where the client is going to ask the request. Okay, from name node, it is going to communicate to the data node and it is going to send the information to the client. You can use this nodes for the information. If you believe that, if the name node is going to get failed, what you can do? That's a very big question. Okay, so what you can do is you can bring a name node high availability, such a node which is going to help you to overcome the problem of failing of a name node. Okay, it is going to have a backup name node. See, again, there are two name nodes now, not only one name node. Why? Because if one name node is going to get failed, then the whole system is going to get collapsed. To overcome this problem, a Hadoop cluster has two separate name node machines, which each machine is configured with the exact same software. There will be a same software in the machine. Okay, so that is the diagram I am showing here. So if people can see, there are two nodes. One is an active node and one more is a standby node. Okay, so if people can see, these are the two nodes. Okay, one node is going to act as a primary node and one node which is going to act as a secondary node. But still we are not going to say that as a secondary node. Here we are going to say it as a standby name node. Okay, now people can see here, only the active name node can do all the operations. What is the operation? It is the only one node which can write and edit the information. Okay, and the standby name node, what it will do, whatever the edited information is there, it is going to capture that information, which is going to act like a checkpoint. Okay, I can say standby name node is nothing but a secondary name node, but we are not going to call it as a secondary name node. Why? Because it is a high availability concept. When I say high availability concept, these two are the name nodes. One is a original name node and one more is a backup name node. Means whenever this name node is going to get fail, it is going to give the rights to this standby name node. But at present, this is active name node. So data nodes, keep it in your mind. Now the question may arise, from where the data nodes is going to take the request, whether the data nodes going to take the request from the name node or it is going to take the request from the standby name node. Okay, that's a very big question. Now always keep it in your mind, data nodes is going to take the request from the active name nodes. Why? Because it is the one which is going to be in charge now, unless and until it is going to get collapsed. There may be a chances where the name node can get collapsed, no doubt about it. Okay, so unless and until this name node is active, you cannot replace that name node with any of the name nodes. Okay, that is how the things goes. Okay, so with this, what is the work of a standby name node? The standby name node is going to act like a checkpoint. If you remember, again, the checkpoint is going to be done by the work of what is this called as secondary name node. Okay, so the data node is the only one node which is going to accept the information from the active name nodes. And what is the work of standby name node? Standby name node is going to take the information which is edited from the journal nodes. Okay, like you remember FS image, FG image, that is the actual work of the standby name node. Okay, so what happens whenever the active name node is working, the standby name node is just taking the changes. Okay, it is going to keep on collecting the changes of the active name node. Once the active name node get collapsed, the whole authority goes to standby name node. By this, we can say, yes, there is a high availability of the name nodes. Okay, why? Because instead of one name node, we are having the two name nodes. One is called as an active name node and one more is called as a standby name node. Right? So this is how the things goes with respect to node high availability. The same, this is the content with respect to same diagram explanation. Okay, no need to worry, the same diagram explanation content is present here. Okay, so again, what happens to prevent the confusion? What is the meaning of a confusion? Since there is an active name node and there is a standby name node, now there is a confusion from the client. Okay, to which name node we have to send the information. Basically, I told you the primary name node is nothing but the active name node. Okay, so the client is going to send the information only to the active name node. Once the active name node get downs, okay, means it is not working, then only the information is going to go for standby name node. Okay, standby name node, and even you are going to call it as a secondary name node. Okay, this is how the things goes. So now you people are having one more thing that is nothing but called as Apache Zookeeper. Okay, actually they have to be mentioned in this diagram about Apache Zookeeper, but they have not. But actually Apache Zookeeper will be present in this diagram. Okay, there is an SDFS architecture. Okay, so what is this work of this Apache Zookeeper? Apache Zookeeper actually, not Zoom. By using Zoom, we are always telling the Zoom. Okay, don't worry, it's a Zookeeper. Okay, so Apache Zookeeper. What is the work of this Apache Zookeeper? That's a very important question. Apache Zookeeper is used to monitor the name node health. Okay, so if the health of the name node is getting down, means some problem, then it can suddenly shift the name node from name node to the, which is the one more node, standby node. Okay, standby node, secondary name node, both are same, but here we in general call standby node because node high. It's the concept of node name node high availability. Okay, so Zookeeper, what it is going to do, it is going to monitor the health of the name node. Okay, so it is highly available service which is going to use to coordinate with the name node. It will keep on notifying the clients any changes in the data. Okay, and it's keep on monitoring the failures with respect to clients. Okay, and it's keep on updating. Basically, Zookeeper is used to update whether the name node is alive or dead. I can say even active or it is not working. Okay, this is how the name node high availability works. That is how the Zookeeper works. Okay, yeah. There's one more thing that is nothing but called as SDFS name node federation. Okay, see in older versions, basically the name nodes were going to have only one namespace. Okay, but now there will be a n number of name nodes, n number of data nodes, n number of the clients. Totally, it is n now. Okay, so that is where there is a federation for this SDFS name node, which is going to bring the concept, remove the limitations of only one name node or namespace for a one name node. Okay, it is going to bring multiple name nodes or multiple namespaces to the SDFS file. Okay, that federation has developed this the concept. Okay, where there is no one name node. As you people know, where initially when we started the classes, we always telling that that there is a problem with respect to name node. There is only one name node, right? If one name node gets down, it is going to get fail. So what is going to happen? The entire system may collapse because the name node is the one who is master for the whole system. So to overcome this, they made a federation. In this federation, instead of only one node, them one name node, they are going to bring the concept of multiple name nodes. Are you understanding for the SDFS file system? What are the key benefits? Namespace scalability means you can improve the scalable performances, better performances. Yes, because more than one name node, and if people can bring multiple name nodes with the system isolation. What is the meaning of isolation? Means if people can see in the next diagram. Okay, that is what I am going to share. What is the meaning of multiple name nodes? See here, there is two name nodes, name node 1 and name node 2. Okay, so what is the work of the name node 1, which is working on research and market? What is the work of the name node 2, which is basically working on the data and project? People believe both the name nodes are present with the data nodes, but they are working in the isolation. That is the beauty behind this. Okay, so that is a very, very key benefit of having multiple name nodes using SDFS name node federation. Are you guys understanding? So system isolation, multiple name nodes enables different categories. Okay, like that's the best example I told you. You people can understand here. Okay, the people can see here SDFS name node federation. So you people are going to have two name nodes. One is name node 1 and one is name node 2 with namespace 1 and namespace 2. People can see name node is working basically on research and marketing, and name 2 is working basically on data and projects. Now both are working in isolation even though they are working on the same data node. So what is the work of a data node? Data node is a slave. Whatever the master informs to the slave, it is going to do. Basically, it is going to store the actual data. So there is no logic. Okay, there is no logic. Just whatever the data comes from the master. Okay, it is keep on storing that information. You can see here it is storing the data and project information. The same node is storing the research and marketing information. For example, people can see data node, fourth data node. Okay, it is even storing the research and marketing information, and even it is storing the data and project information. Means these two name nodes are in isolation, but the data nodes are working for both the name nodes. Means whatever the master slaves say to the slaves, it is going to work. That's all, because it is storing the actual data, it is storing the abstract data. Okay, so whatever the blocks comes from here, it is going to keep on storing, if you remember. So the whole concept is based on name node and data node. You should never forget what is a name node and what is a data node. Okay, so coming back, next concept, that is nothing but HDFS checkpoints and backups. Okay, obviously, don't know when the client may ask what kind of the data. For example, you people have booked something in the Amazon, okay, past 6 years ago. Now what happens? Suddenly you remember what you have booked and you want to know. If Amazon says that you have booked 6 years ago and we cannot provide you the data, is it a good way? No. Okay, whatever, even if you try, if you book something, a small thing also, that kind of the information should also be stored with the Amazon. That is the beauty of the companies. Okay, so in the same manner, in the same manner, okay, in the same manner, here you should have a backups. Okay, you should have a backups. Okay, what is the work of this backups? As mentioned earlier, the name node stores metadata. Okay, the name node stores the metadata. What is the problem with this? Okay, fine. As mentioned earlier, the name node stores the metadata of the HDFS file system. Okay, there is nothing but FS image. Any edit you people are going to apply, that is going to become FG image. Then again, you are going to save the changes, that is going to convert into FS image. For such things, there should be a periodically checkpoint. Which node is going to do the periodical checkpoint, if you remember? Can you guys check out which node is going to do the periodically checkpoint? Anybody could answer that? Periodically checkpoint. Can I expect any answer, guys? Are you kept your phone somewhere and just doing your work, or are you listening to my class? Can you guys tell me which name node is going to do the periodically checkpoint? Anybody? Anybody out of 69?
Standby name node.
Yeah, very good. Very good. I think Varshini, yes, good. Thank you, Varshini. Okay, so it is nothing but standby name node or secondary name node. Both are same, but based on the concept, we are going to change it. Okay, so I'm feeling very happy because you people are interacting with me. So I think after this Corona war, also we should do the same classes for you. You people are very happy. Okay, fine. So that is what you people remember. That this periodically checkpoint is going to do the periodical check edits. Okay, and then again it is going to convert that into FS image. Okay, basically there should be one more node that is nothing but called as backup node. Okay, it is similar but also maintains an up-to-date copy. Secondary node is similar to that of a backup node, and similar, not exactly same. Why similar and exactly same? That's a difference. Okay, you should see this concept. Why there is a difference between similar and exactly same? Similar in the sense means what it is going to do means it is keep on update, means any small thing happens also it is going to update, like a call logo, right? You remember, if you just try to dial also, it will come in your call logo. If you talk also, it will come in your call logo. If you just call and cut also, then the status will be stored in the call logo. Like in the same manner, the backup node is similar to that of a secondary node, but secondary node only save the changes. But what all happens, up to date copy is going to be stored in the backup node. Who is going to call for a change? Whether it's a client who is calling, whether it's a name node who is calling. Okay, it's keep on updating all the details. So we are having one more node. See, we come towards the fourth node. Basically, the whole SDFS system is based on the nodes. Okay, you started with your data node, name node, standby node, secondary node, and one more node called as a backup node, which is similar to secondary name. Okay, which is going to keep an updated information. Updated information is up to date information. Like even a request comes, okay, it is going to keep any content comes, it is going to keep whatever happens, it is keep on maintain. Such checkpoints may register if any backup node is in use. Okay, any request comes, it is going to be used. Okay, so coming back, nowadays, if people remember, the copy word become very old. Okay, The word copy, you people used to know copy, copy, copy. The word copy is become very old now. Now, whatever the people speak with respect to big data, they speak with respect to snapshots. Okay, so SDFS snapshots are similar to backups. You people not call this as a backups. It's a technical word. You people say snapshots. Okay, keep it in your mind. When you are dealing with a big data, whatever the data you preserve, you people are not going to call it as a backup. You are going to call it as a snapshot. Okay, SDFS snapshots are similar to backups, but are created by administrators. Okay, whatever the other content like data node do, you people can say backup, but whatever the name node does, you people call it as a snapshot because he is an administrator now. Okay, so for that there is a command. Okay, you people you see the next in the upcoming slide, you will see the different kinds of the commands, because purely consider SDFS is a command oriented language. To move the data from one place to another place, you need to run a command. Okay, to run a server, you need to initiate a command, and to have a replication, you should call for a command. Okay, to stop any data node, you should call for a command. To transfer the data from name node to block of a data to the data node, you should call a command. So basically, keep in your mind, Hadoop is a command based language. Okay, so SDFS snapshots are read only points in the time. Copies of the file system means following snapshots can be taken of a subtree of the file system. Okay, snapshot can be used for a data backup, right? Now you people see sometimes you cannot copy the data. What you are going to do? The best thing is you are going to keep the snapshot as an image, right? In the same manner, company is going to keep all the data in terms of a snapshot. Even there will be a backup. Okay, there will be a snapshot, which is going to protect against user errors and disaster recovery. Okay, you can run like an image. Now, if people remember, if you want to install an operating system, can you copy the operating system to the CD and you people can install? No. What you can do is you can create an image copy. That is nothing but a snapshot. Okay, that is nothing but a snapshot. Okay, snapshot creation is very instantaneous. Okay, block of data are not copied because the snapshot file record the block list and the file trace. Okay, fine. So coming back, see some of the basic commands, very basic commands that people use. Now I told you, you people can try creating your own Hadoop cluster. Okay, just I told you, don't need anybody's help. Check out the YouTube, create your own Hadoop cluster. Okay, you people can work on the cluster, right? So that's a very good thing you people can do. Okay, very good thing you people can do, right? So that's a very best thing you people can do. Try to create your own simple cluster and Hadoop cluster. Okay, log into Ubuntu, check out with your YouTube, and try to create a Hadoop cluster, a simple Hadoop cluster of node. Okay, so just be on a line. 1 minute, I'm going to come back. Sir. Okay, guys, sorry for the inconvenience. Sorry. Okay, shall we continue? Yeah, SDFS user commands. Okay, SDFS user commands. Some of the basic commands. See, there is a version, Hadoop version. You like this, you people can install any new types of the version. I feel it is a old version. Okay, so if I want to list the file, you people remember SDFS DFS, Hadoop Distributed File System. My ls command, which is going to list the files in the root SDFS directory. Okay, and if I want to list the file in the user home directory, I should call SDFS DFS -ls/user/SDFS. See, very similar to your commands, which is going to be used in your command prompt. Okay, so people can try this. This commands is very simple commands. So I hope people will work these commands in the Ubuntu, because next when you go for company exposures, really it is very helpful for you guys. So you people can see to copy the files with the SDFS. Okay, people can call SDFS DFS minus CP. Okay, and the source of the file, destination of the file. Can you guys see this? Source of the file, destination of the files. Okay, to delete the files, SDFS DFS minus RM, remove. Okay, very simple command similar to that of your command prompts. Okay, this is how the things goes. Okay, so guys, fine. I think it is almost 40 minutes. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to call one more class. Okay, is it okay tomorrow? We are going to work with MapReduce. Okay, MapReduce parallel data flow. This is how the MapReduce works. A simple program, mapper script. People can run this program in your systems. Okay, to compile and run, how to run the SDFS commands, listing, killing, and job status. This is all we are going to see. This is how you can see the output with respect to your Hadoop. Okay, so this all the things we will complete in the upcoming classes, guys. Tomorrow, if you people free, okay, I'm going to call for the class. Just put a message into the WhatsApp. Okay, any problem with respect to the class, people can call me out. Okay, so shall we wind up the class of today's, because I'm going to go for some meeting. Okay, if you don't have any problem, we are going to wind up the class. Okay, so kindly send me any message, any problem you people are facing with the classes. Kindly feel to discuss. Okay, thank you very